right, well, welcome back. Well, there's no doubt about it. Kids are expensive, especially teenagers, from education to healthcare, from cell phone bills to feeding them all day long. Costs can really add up. So joining me to help navigate the muddy financial waters of your teen health is parenting and consumer advocate. It's Trey Bodge. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is great. So teens are expensive. That's the deal, I hear.
Yes, for sure. And, you know, I think even if you have younger kids, you might think, oh, I don't need to save for them yet. But I always recommend to start saving as quickly and as early as you can, even if you don't have some wiggle room in your budget to do so.
Right.
There are little tips and tricks that I can share with you to kind of help save along the way.
Yeah, please do, because I think a lot of people start thinking about college. You know, as soon as their child is headed off to kindergarten, they're thinking about sports and schools and tutors and health and all these different things. So let's start with a couple tips. Just start saving is number one. Just get started.
Right, get started early, and you know, like you said, cell phones and dental things and medical expenses in schools. So I recommend having two different funds, one for those medical things like orthodontics and cell phones and all that good stuff, and then another one for education that you don't touch at all, obviously until they go to college. If you don't have any wiggle room in your budget, what you can use is maybe a roundup service like Acorns, Digit, Stash, and what these are good for is you tie your debit card to them, and as you shop, it rounds up the change and then saves that money little by little. And if you have a little more wiggle room in your budget, you can also do an auto withdrawal as well, but it's a really good way to save without feeling that pinch, especially if your budget is really tight.
That's genius. So just say those names again real quick.
Sure. So Acorns is one that I personally use, and then there's Digit and Stash, and they're called roundup services. So they just take that spare change from your regular purchases and sock it away and then invest it for you. So it's kind of like a set it and forget it, and you don't really miss it, even if you feel like, oh, I can't save, I don't have any room to do it.
I love that. I think that's such a great takeaway for people. And you mentioned teens orthodontics. I remember Molly talking about literally having all three of her kids in braces. Teen teeth is like something that can be a huge budget for people. And I grew up in a family, we didn't have funds to be able to do braces. I needed them. So I've often kind of come back to it later as an adult. So whether you're a teen or an adult, your teeth can really add up financially.
Absolutely. And so if you go to the dentist and they tell you that you might need braces, it's really tough, and if you haven't saved for it, you know, you might have an expense there. Thankfully, health insurance covers some of that. But in terms of what you want to choose, your dentist might be offering maybe metal braces or clear aligners, and in my opinion, I would recommend the original, kind of the most technologically advanced clear aligners, which are Invisalign clear aligners. And I have a partnership with them, and I believe in this service because they have 20 years of experience under their belt, 5 million smiles that they've repaired, everything from the smallest little issues all the way to more severe issues. They can kind of handle it all, and it's often 2 times as fast as your traditional braces or your clear aligners. So it's nice to kind of get in and out of that service as quickly as possible.
Well, I mean, you see these before and afters, and they're incredible. I mean, and the fact that it's 2 times as fast, because I always wondered, that was always, I think, my worry is, can these work as well as traditional metal braces? But they can work faster, and those pictures prove it. So those are swapped out how quickly with the metal or the plastic aligners?
So you swap them out every week, which is really cool. So your orthodontist,
that's why you're getting that movement,
right? You're getting that movement, and your orthodontist will give you 8 at a time. So you have 8 weeks. So fewer visits to the orthodontist, which, as for parents and teens, that's a big deal. I had metal braces as a kid, and my daughter, because of the partnership with Invisalign that I have, she's been trying the clear aligners, and I have to say the experience is really night and day. So there's none of that worry about injury with sports. She can play an instrument. She can.
Because you can take them out. You can pop them out, right?
You pop them in and out, and they don't stand in the way because they lay very flat against the teeth. And I think maybe one of the most important things is you look in the mirror and you see yourself, not a face full of braces. And so at this age where kids are very self-conscious, they can look in the mirror and see themselves, but watch their teeth improving along the way in a very, you know, quick and easy service.
I'm not going to lie, I've thought about it many times as an adult, so I'm a big fan as well. So I want to make sure everybody knows how to find a dentist near them, because Invisalign can be an option for you, so you can learn more. There's a doctor locator at your website, and the website is simply Invisalign.com to learn more. But that's where you can find out if Invisalign is a great fit for you. Remember, it's 2 times faster, which I think is awesome. And again, some of those saving websites are Acorn, and the other one was?
Digit and Stash.
Lovely. Thanks for joining us, Trey.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.